It's been a minute since we last communicated with one another, and there's been some progress and some updates in the Walmart DC fast charging project. Little by little, things have been adding up, and now I think it's time that we have an update on this. Especially today, we hit some significant news of the next market that Walmart is targeting for their DC fast charger project. Phoenix, Arizona. Get ready, it's coming your way. Over the past couple of weeks, there's only been really small steps in progress, and nothing really significant stood out. There were some things that were becoming interesting, but nothing really snowballed until I mentioned today we got some news from the New York Times and the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette that a new market had been selected for Walmart's DC fast charging project. A few days ago, I put out this update showing that the Walmart DC fast charger in Crossroads, Texas, had doubled its charging capacity from 200 kilowatts max to now 400 kilowatts max. Now, what was interesting about this was my last episode, I left with a question. What's the appropriate speed for this? 62, 125, 200? And a lot of people had a lot of really good points, like shopping takes time. But I also contended that being right off the exit of an interstate, Walmarts were in good locations for as fast as possible chargers to be located. So there was this kind of contingency on both sides in the conversation. And I think we have evidence now that suggests Walmart is going to make this as robust and as fast and as cutting edge of a DC fast charging network as they possibly can. The interesting part to me was that this new 400 kilowatts seems as though that's a bit of a target. That 400 number, that puts it on par, Walmart on par with the Mercedes-Benz charging network that you'll see at Buc-ee's. You'll see 400 in other locations. And so that's really, really fast. And that's really, really promising, I think, for what Walmart could be. Then today we got confirmation of that in an article from the New York Times and the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. The reason I say that is it looks like the Gazette, it's a state paper here in Arkansas, the Democrat-Gazette, it looks like that it's kind of disseminated it, like, it's just repeating it because it's Walmart. But a couple of key takeaways from this, and I will, of course, link it in the description so that you can read this on your own. There's a lot of good information in there. But basically, it says there was a peer-reviewed study by researchers at Boston University and the University of Wisconsin in Madison published this year, located at the effects of nearly 1,600 Tesla supercharger stations in more than 800 U.S. counties, and found a 4% increase in monthly visits for retailers within about 650 feet of chargers after they were installed. Now, if you remember Walter from TNAC, he kind of covered this. Like, convenience stores are seeing revenue from installing these. Okay, it's another way to get foot traffic. And right here, this study is confirming that. Okay, what's also going on here is in this article, another step forward was taken where it says another recent study published in Nature Communications analyzed data from California where EV ownership and charging infrastructure are more widespread than in other states. It found that installing chargers brought more modest increases in foot traffic and spending, but that public EV stations, quote, tend to attract higher income exploratory visitors and local residents. And then in low income areas, they can enhance businesses. So there's a little piece of this that's coming to play now with, well, who are the EVs bringing? Like, who's driving them? And so now they're starting to explore that. I'm not really interested necessarily in getting into that, but understanding, here's the context of what this is saying is that build it, they will come, they have money. Okay. Now, the article goes on to say that some companies, notably Walmart, largest retailer in the United States, they are seeing charging as a potentially profitable business segment, not just as a spur for foot traffic and sales. That right there, that is why I think 400 kilowatts is so significant. Because at 400 kilowatts, that's not a ton of time to go shopping. Even from a 20 to 80 or a 10 to 80 charge, you're talking about 30 minutes, maybe 40. If you have an EGMP car, 20 or less, like it's not a ton of time. So Walmart appears to be following this idea here that there's profitability in EV charging, not attracting people to buy at your location with an EV charger. Okay, so I think that that's incredibly significant. A couple of other things mentioned in the article that only 1 in every 14 big box locations offer charging, while 1 in 15 grocery stores and 1 in 40 department stores offer EV charging, according to Consumer Reports. Now, Walmart specifically, now they have the evidence to support that this is a ability, this is a phenomenon that they can capitalize on with DC fast charging, and they don't have to attach it to anything else. I'll explain why that's also significant in just a second, but it says later in the article, when Walmart tested its own chargers at stores near Bentonville, okay, here, 4108 in Springdale, and also in a town near Dallas, Crossroads, it found demand surprisingly strong. All right. Now, when you give away the power for free, it's going to be strong, right? I don't know what it's been like since Crossroads, Texas went up to 35 cents a kilowatt hour. I know some people in PlugShare weren't very happy about it, but because they got the notice from 0 to 10, but then they didn't get a notice from 10 to 35. And so some people are not very happy with Crossroads location right now. And according to PlugShare, that's the only testimonials I have about it. But they said that they found the demand to be, quote, surprisingly strong. Again, when you're giving away power, okay, when you're giving away energy, of course it's going to be strong. And maybe that was just their way of figuring out, well, how many unique EV owners are in this area. I have to imagine they were trying to find some kind of statistic that could justify this. Now, it says later in the article, the company, Walmart, is rolling out 15 stations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the Metroplex 15 as I call it, and 10 in Phoenix. This is the first time that I've ever seen any mentioning of another market besides Northwest Arkansas and the Metroplex. So congratulations, Phoenix. You're getting 10 chargers. No timeline on this, but I would probably expect summer, fall. We know that Walmart's a machine, obviously. Once they get going, they're relentless. They're going to get it done. And so I hope that starts very soon for those in Phoenix. The summers will be a heavy proving ground for these chargers, and certainly the nights in the winter will as well. Another couple of things from this article, and then we'll wrap it up. Walmart expects to spend $1 million to $1.5 million at each site. That's a lot. Think about that. $1 million to $1.5 million at each location. Already that would equal nearly somewhere between $20 and $30 million invested just between the beta sites and the Metroplex 15. That's pretty significant, and that if they're going to keep investing that much, that tells me that they have the confidence that it's going to stand the test of time. The final quote from this article from Vishal Kapadia, the company's senior vice president for energy transformation. He said, "Charging can be a profitable standalone business. The ancillary benefits are driving traffic to our locations." So they want to get in the game for what the game is. They're not trying to play some other card here. It seems like they want to enter the DC fast charging space, bring to the table what they can, maybe make it better, drive competition, and it seems like competition is Walmart's middle name. Wherever they go, they're driving it. And we've even seen that today with the release of Q3 totals and the economic projections from Wall Street. Just they were totally exceeded by Walmart. So competition is going to be a really good thing from Walmart for EV fast charging. I will say this. If at any point Walmart feels like the environment shifts, they will they will cut it off. Okay. Just a few months ago, out of nowhere, they cut off the medical clinics that they had installed in like Chicago and Rogers and Springdale. They basically had Walmart Health walk-in clinics. I even visited one about a year and a half ago. It was like a hospital in the inside. It was extremely impressive. Overnight, gone. Because they didn't see a prosperous way forward with it. There was not a business model within Walmart that they felt like could sustain it. If at any point something in the environment changes, or in the landscape of EVs, expect Walmart probably to be the first one out, because they can. But I have no reason to think that that day will come. And I know that some people are nervous with the political shift in climate right now, but I think that this thing has snowballed. This movement to EV and what it can do has just snowballed to where something that you just can't get rid of overnight. It's something that's going to happen. So 2030 is a big year for it. Walmart seems to be on board, and I think that all of us are on board with it as well. So thanks for tuning in for update number 1 of the Walmart DC Fast Charging Project. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and happy trails.